I was reincarnated as a little tumble sparrow, but because I inherited my old man's high blood pressure, I end up passing out every single time I try to evolve, completely ruining the evolution right then and there. Because of that, everyone treated me like absolute garbage. But when the campus idol, a girl with god-tier talent, laid her eyes on me, she formed a pact with me without a second thought. The other students ruthlessly mocked her, saying she just adopted a useless free-range chicken. Honestly, even the neighbor's dog could probably pluck me bald. But the campus idol? She didn't care at all. That's because she was a reincarnator herself, and she knew the truth. Being a beastmaster was just way too expensive. In her past life, she burned through every last penny of her parents' savings, just to raise a falcon with a level 40 potential. But later on, during an expedition, she accidentally stumbled upon a Sword Immortal crest. It awakened her second class, Sword Immortal. In just 10 years, she skyrocketed to level 90. But unfortunately, she ran out of time. When the level 100 monsters descended, she was completely powerless to stop them. Now, she's returned to the past, bringing that Sword Immortal crest with her. She's absolutely determined to pour all her energy into her Sword Immortal class. As for me, the useless free-range chicken, she never planned on spending a single dime to train me. She just kept me around as a cute little pet. But what nobody realized was, the exact second she formed a pact with me, I actually awakened the God-tier Devour system. All I have to do is eat, and I get stronger. And me, this pathetic bird that everyone looked down on, will eventually become a God-tier vermilion bird that the whole world looks up to. Right now, after making the pact, she carried me back to her place. She hurriedly grabbed a quick bite to eat. Then, she got ready to fuse the crest and awaken her second class. Along the way, she casually dumped some pet food into my bowl. Seeing the food, I hopped right in and started stuffing my face. Suddenly, a system notification rang out. Low-level pet food devoured. You have gained 10 evolution points. Would you like to evolve? No hesitation needed. I already had the answer screaming in my head. A rush of warmth instantly flowed through my entire body. Surrounded by that cozy feeling, a wave of sleepiness suddenly hit me. I face-planted right into the sofa and fell completely fast asleep. The school idol, Su Qingxue, gazed down at me while I was fast asleep. She gently rubbed her forehead, letting out a teasing sigh. Good grief. Eating and then going straight to sleep. You really are just a typical tumbleweed sparrow. But soon enough, she noticed something was off. The energy within my body was steadily increasing all on its own. Is it actually evolving? She muttered under her breath, but immediately dismissed the thought. The potential of a tumbleweed sparrow is already strictly capped. No matter how much it evolves, nothing much is going to change. Time quietly slipped by. 2 hours later, I finally woke up. I opened up the system interface. My level was still at level 1, but my potential showed as level 7. My species was still a tumbleweed sparrow, and my evolution points had dropped back to 0. The only difference was that I had unlocked the glutton talent. It's a special skill that dramatically boosts my digestion. But looking at these changes, I let out a helpless sigh. My species hadn't changed at all. The next evolution required a whopping 100 evolution points. That goal felt almost impossible to reach. 2 days of hard work only got me 10 points. Evolving again would take another 20 days. What a massive headache. While I was feeling sorry for myself, Su Qingxue gently scooped me up and placed me on her shoulder. As she walked out of the room, she shouted back inside, "Mom, Dad. There's a beginner dungeon at school today. I'm taking my tumbleweed sparrow to join in." And with that, she headed out the door. Her parents were left standing there, their faces filled with anxiety and worry. Do you think our girl will be alright? Her tumbleweed sparrow is just so weak. It probably can't even defeat a level 1 monster. Students lose their lives in that dungeon every single year. The parents sighed heavily, blaming themselves for not being able to provide their daughter with better resources. Hearing that we were heading to a beginner dungeon, a wave of absolute excitement washed over me. Even though no one else knew about it yet, I knew the truth. Su Qingxue actually possessed a hidden second class. With that kind of firepower by my side, what is there to worry about? When the time comes, Su Qingxue will just wreck everything in sight, while I kick back and chow down on the monster carcasses. Now that is what I call a dream team. First, Su Qingxue took me to the gear shop. She dropped over 2,000 on a standard longsword. After that, we hopped on the bus and headed straight for the entrance of the beginner realm. A whole bunch of students were already hanging around. Right at that moment, Lu Feng suddenly showed up nearby, his voice dripping with arrogance. Su Qingshui. I can't believe you actually contracted this stupid bird. He patted the shadow wolf next to him, totally showing off. My dad paid a fortune for this guy. It's a beast with level 55 potential. It could snack on a few of those little wind sparrows for breakfast. Tell you what. If you agree to be my girlfriend, I'll power level you once we're in the realm. Sound good? Su Qingshui's eyes flashed with pure ice. In her past life, this creep wouldn't leave her alone. Rejecting him was the exact reason her parents ended up losing their lives. There was no way she was letting him off the hook in this lifetime. And the beginner realm was the absolute perfect place to deal with him. Su Qingshui had made up her mind. If she ran into Lu Feng inside, she would get rid of him without a single ounce of mercy. Cut the crap, Lu Feng. Su Qingshui aimed the tip of her sword right at him. I was perched right on her shoulder. But with that shadow wolf backing him up, he wasn't exactly someone we could just mess with. I had to bite my tongue and lay low for now. I'd just have to wait until I evolved a few more times before teaching this jerk a lesson. Just as I was starting to panic that Su Qingshui might do something reckless, the teacher's voice broke through my thoughts. All classes, form a line. Proceed into the realm in an orderly fashion. Su Qingshui immediately fell into step. She knew perfectly well that she wasn't strong enough yet to take Lu Feng down with everyone watching, especially since his dad was a tier 4 beast tamer. This was a score she'd have to settle later. The second Su Qingshui stepped into the realm, a wave of intense dizziness hit me. By the time I opened my eyes again, we were deep inside a dark forest, and a whole pack of spiky, dog-like monsters came charging right at us. Low-level spike hounds. Skill, spike rush. Nope, I can't beat them. I quickly flew up into a tree to give Su Qingshui some room to fight. With sharp eyes, Su Qingshui gripped her longsword. Her figure flashed, and in an instant, she charged right into the enemy pack. In mere moments, all the spike hounds fell to the ground, completely lifeless. A golden light then flashed right out of her body. Su Qingshui leveled up to level 2. Witnessing this scene, I couldn't help but marvel. Oh boy. As expected of a reincarnator, I swooped down, landing right next to a spike hound's corpse, and began to devour it. The system prompt suddenly chimed in. Congratulations to the host for devouring a spike hound corpse. You have gained 3 evolution points. Experience plus 3. A single spike hound actually provides 3 evolution points. Plus, the bonus experience can even boost my level. This is absolutely perfect. So, I happily began to feast. Before long, all 10 spike hounds were completely devoured by me. I gained 30 evolution points. Su Qingshui watched me devouring these beasts. Spike hounds that were several times larger than my own body. A look of utter shock appeared on her face. But, she didn't think too much of it. Afterwards, she led me further deep into the secret realm. Along the way, Su Qingshui wiped out enemies to her heart's content. While I wildly stuffed my face, my level quickly skyrocketed to level 2. My evolution points also hit 100. Without a second thought, I called out to the system to evolve. Evolution beginning. Immediately, a burning pain flared up in my stomach. A mysterious power swept through my entire body, causing my body to radiate a bizarre glow. Sensing something was wrong with me, Su Qingshui looked absolutely stunned. It just evolved once this morning. How is it happening again so soon? Just what kind of rare breed is this tumbleweed finch? As the light grew more and more blinding, my agonizing pain kept multiplying too. Screw this system. Why the hell does evolution hurt so much every single time? My face was totally contorted, but I gritted my teeth and pushed through. Time felt like it had completely frozen. Su Qingshui stared anxiously at my glowing form. The light finally faded. My evolution was complete. I quickly pulled up my status panel. Seeing my mind stat hit 15 points, I let out a massive sigh of relief. Hey, if it hurts, it hurts. At least the power boost was totally worth it. My next evolution needs 500 Evo points. Looks like I'll just have to rely on my reborn master to keep feeding me. Watching me evolve, Su Qingshui was absolutely blown away. A tumble sparrow that could evolve twice was incredibly rare. Even though my power was still pretty limited right now, my sheer rarity made my value skyrocket. Selling me on the market for hundreds of thousands of gold coins would be a total breeze. Su Qingshui hesitated for just a second before firmly shaking her head. No way. I promised I'd take care of him for the rest of his life. I won't break my promise just for some quick cash. Now that we've hit level 2, The monsters on the outskirts of this dungeon just aren't giving us enough EXP anymore. Time to head deeper in. With that said, Su Qingxue led me straight into the heart of the dungeon. Along the way, she was an absolute force of nature. Thanks to her past life experience and her sword immortal class, she was one-shotting those low-level monsters like it was nothing. She breezed her way right up to level 4. Meanwhile, I was munching away non-stop, but I still couldn't keep up with her clearing speed. But honestly, being carried by a sugar mommy feels pretty damn good. A few hours later, I hit level 4 too. Suddenly, Su Qingxue stopped dead in her tracks. Her eyes locked onto something just up ahead. A massive, terrifying spider, wrapped in this creepy purple mist, was glaring right at us. Ready to pounce. A purple mist spider. A level 5 boss. Su Qingxue's face turned completely serious, even though this level 5 boss was super strong. As a sword immortal, she was no pushover, either. Just looking at that spider sent shivers down my spine. My gut told me there was zero chance I could take that thing on alone. I'd have to leave this to the mighty Reborn master. You've got this, boss. In a flash of lightning, Su Qingxue charged right at it. A fierce burst of sword aura pierced straight toward the purple mist spider. Every strike she made gleamed with a chilling light. Even though the spider desperately tried to defend itself, it was forced to retreat step by step under Su Qingxue's swift and masterful swordplay. Meanwhile, not too far away, Lu Feng was exploring the secret realm with his shadow wolf. He sensed the aura of battle and came over to check it out. When he saw Su Qingxue, Lu Feng was absolutely stunned. She was actually fighting a level 5 boss, the purple mist spider, in close combat, and she was completely dominating it. That's weird. Isn't she a beast tamer? Why is she fighting up close with a sword? But soon, a greedy gleam flashed in his eyes. Whatever her deal is, this level 5 boss drops a ton of XP. I'm stealing that kill. He patted the shadow wolf on the head, ordering it to stand by and get ready to strike. Up in the air, I was hovering around. I spotted Lu Feng and his shadow wolf sneaking around in the tall grass. Are these two idiots trying to steal our kill? I sneered to myself. I'm gonna teach him a lesson he won't forget. Right now, I'm at level 4, and I've already evolved twice. Sure, my base stats might not match a shadow wolf's, but that mutt is only level 2. Beating him up will be as easy as schooling a toddler. As for Lu Feng, he's barely a threat at all. Beast tamers have to rely entirely on their pets. Their own combat skills are utter garbage. Just as I was thinking this, Su Qingxue's battle was coming to an end. Under her relentless attacks, the purple mist spider's health plummeted. Seeing that it was almost dead, Lu Feng shouted at the top of his lungs, "Now's our chance. Go!" Following the command, the shadow wolf charged out at full speed. Seeing this, Su Qingxue's eyes turned terrifyingly cold. I should have settled the score with him a long time ago. Since he's throwing himself at me, so be it. Right at that moment, a figure swooped down from the sky, and that figure was none other than me. I locked eyes with that cocky shadow wolf, a playful smirk flashing in my eyes. Heh, your daddy's here. An air slash tore through the wind with unstoppable force. The attack was blindingly fast, obliterating absolutely everything in its path. Before the shadow wolf could even react, it took a direct hit from the air slash. Its body slammed hard into the dirt, kicking up a massive cloud of dust. The eerie glow in its eyes flickered out in an instant. It twitched a couple of times, and then went completely still. Su Qingxue took it all in, a subtle spark of satisfaction in her eyes. Seeing his prized shadow wolf get one-shotted, Lu Feng lost his smug grin, his face twisting into pure terror. He spun right around, desperate to run, but Su Qingxue didn't hesitate. She gave the order. "Stop him," I chirped back, happily whipping up another air slash. "You little piece of trash." Lu Feng didn't even stand a chance to dodge. Both of his legs were sliced clean off in a flash. He tumbled onto the ground in a pathetic heap. After making quick work of the purple mist spider, Su Qingxue pointed her blade straight at Liu Feng. He was so terrified he literally wet himself. Ignoring the agonizing pain, he desperately begged for his life. "Please, my lady, spare me. I was wrong. I'm so sorry." Su Qingxue just walked right up to him. She stared him down with eyes as cold as ice, not a single ounce of mercy in her. A quick flash of steel, and Lu Feng's eyes went wide. He was dead. Su Qingxue really lives up to her title as a reincarnated badass. Absolutely ruthless. I flapped my wings, taking in the whole brutal scene. Then I heard her voice, completely stripped of any emotion. In my past life, you ruined my parents. There was no way I was letting you live in this one. And as for your father, I'll be coming for his head next. They say vengeance blinds a person, but honestly, I love it. I swooped straight down, aiming my beak at Lu Feng's lifeless body. Look, consuming a human body is utterly disgusting, but I just had to stomach it. Ding. Level 2 human target consumed. Evolution points +5. Ding. Devoured level 2 monster. Shadow Wolf. Evolution points +10. Ding. Devoured level 5 boss. Purple Mist Spider. Evolution points +35. Oh boy, my evolution points have hit the 500 mark. System, evolve. I chose to evolve right away. With Su Qingxue standing guard, I didn't have to worry about sneak attacks at all. That familiar, intense burning sensation washed over me again, even fiercer than the last time. Since I couldn't fight it, I might as well just lie back and enjoy it. Su Qingxue stared at me, looking completely dumbfounded. This dude just evolved again? That's 3 times just today. This tumbleweed sparrow is seriously overpowered. Maybe I really can train 2 classes, but my main focus will definitely still be the Sword Immortal class. After all, a tumbleweed sparrow's potential is just too low. I'll just let it do its thing for now and see what happens. Besides, using the Beast Tamer class to hide my second class is absolutely perfect. I had no idea what the little lady was scheming in her head. All I knew was that my entire bird body felt like it was going to explode. As the burning sensation finally faded, my body size had actually doubled. My feathers went from a dull brown to a deep, shimmering silver. I opened my eyes and couldn't wait to check my stats panel. Level 5. Potential. Level 20. Species. Gale Sparrow. Next evolution requires 1000 evolution points. Talent, glutton. Digestion ability vastly improved. Can rapidly devour flesh and other materials. Strength, 15. Skill, Rift Slash. Sand Throw. My species actually changed. What an incredible surprise. I'm finally not just some weak tumbleweed sparrow meant to be a pet, and my Air Slash evolved into Rift Slash. My attack power just went through the roof. It even gained a new skill, Sand Attack. Su Qingxue noticed my changes. It looks like Gun is a bit different from your average mutant, hitting level 5 in just one morning. It's about time. Su Qingxue was in a great mood as she took me out of the secret realm. We slipped away quietly, while no one was watching. Lu Feng's death. His dad, Lu Qiang, will definitely look into it, but they won't be able to pin it on her anytime soon. We need to do everything we can to boost our strength right now. Let's go, Gun. First stop, getting certified as a beast tamer. Su Qingxue walked down the street with a smile on her face. Although a Gale Sparrow isn't exactly top tier, it's definitely not trash like a Tumble Sparrow. So, the Beast Tamer exam should be a breeze. The spacious lobby of the Beast Tamer Center was bustling with people. Up ahead were several service windows. Su Qingxue led me over and handed her eye to the staff member at the counter. The staff member took the documents and looked them over carefully, their expression growing weirder by the second. Miss, the target for the Tier 1 Beast Tamer test is a level 5 monster. I'm afraid your Gale Sparrow won't pass the test easily. Beast Tamers are divided into 9 tiers, with 10 levels corresponding to each tier. The Tier 1 evaluation is pretty straightforward. You just need to battle a level 5 monster, but a newly contracted pet and its master lacks synergy, so unless your level is higher than the monsters, it's incredibly hard to win. And with a low-tier pet like a Gale Sparrow, it's even harder. Seeing that Su Qingxue wasn't saying anything, the staff member let out a barely noticeable sigh. But hey, if you insist, we won't stop you. Su Qingxue just gave a highly polite smile. I'm fully confident. Please go ahead and set up the test for me. Right after, the staff member led us to the testing arena. Just then, a grating burst of mocking laughter rang out from the side. Oh, wow! If it isn't our campus beauty, Su Qingxue, an F-rank talent and a trash little chicken. What a match made in heaven. Oh, what the freaking heck! If I could actually talk right now, I'd totally roast the heck out of them. Su Qingxue, on the other hand, looked completely calm. She totally ignored all of their mocking sneers, and just followed the staff member straight into the massive testing arena. The staff member tapped a few buttons on the control console, then turned to Su Qingxue and said, "A magical beast will appear in just a moment. All you have to do is battle it alongside your Gale Sparrow. If you can last for 3 minutes, you pass." Su Qingxue gave a small nod. and stepped right into the center of the arena. Meanwhile, I kept my guard up, looking all around and getting totally ready for a fight. Suddenly, the ground right in the middle slowly split wide open, and a massive, creepy tree completely wrapped in thick, wild vines started slowly rising up from underneath the ground. It's an ancient vine demon tree. Level 10. When Su Qingxue saw the monster's stats, a look of pure shock flashed in her eyes. Wait, this isn't right. The test target for a Tier 1 beast tamer is supposed to be a level 5 monster. Why on earth did they throw a level 10 ancient vine demon tree at me? I was freaking out just as much. The base stats on this creepy tree are literally more than 4 times higher than mine. How the heck are we even supposed to fight this thing? Right while Su Qingxue was desperately trying to come up with a plan, the demon tree suddenly made its move. The vines all over its body started growing at an insane speed. They swarmed out like crazy, whipping straight towards Su Qingxue and me. Gun, watch out. Su Qingxue swung her hand out and slashed out a fierce streak of blue sword aura, slicing right through the incoming vines. But my quick reflexes completely stunned her. I moved as fast as a flash of lightning, darting right through the tiny gaps between the whipping vines, showing off some seriously epic flying skills. Not a single vine could even brush against my feathers. I flapped my wings hard and fired off a barrage of wind blades. The invisible wind blades carved sharp arcs right through the air, slicing through those thick vines like butter, constantly carving out a clear path forward for Su Qingxue. The ancient vine demon tree let out an agonizing roar. Dark green sap oozed from the severed vines, hitting the ground with a sickening hiss, and corroding tiny craters into the dirt. Su Qingxue's face lit up with joy. She swung her sword, firing beams of aura to finish off the vines that survived the void slash, all while following closely behind me to close the gap with the ancient vine demon tree. Awesome job, Gun. Keep up the momentum. Qingxue wielded her longsword like a whirlwind. Moving with incredible agility, she followed the path I carved out, pushing ever closer to the ancient vine demon tree. I was moving so unbelievably fast that eventually, the naked eye couldn't even track me. All anyone could see was a streak of silver light darting through the thicket of vines, accompanied by a series of sharp, whistling shrieks through the air. The vines were sliced to pieces one after another. Outside, the staff lady, watching the monitors, was absolutely stunned. An ordinary gale sparrow. How on earth does it have such insane speed and reflexes? Could it really be a mutant variant? Realizing we were closing in on it, the ancient vine demon tree immediately pulled back its vines to defend itself, but I started furiously flapping my wings, whipping up a literal mini sandstorm. Out of nowhere, in the completely empty arena, a massive cloud of fine grit and sand materialized. The winds from my wings caught the sand, spinning it at terrifying speeds. It formed a swirling vortex of sand nearly 3 meters wide. The sheer spectacle dropped the jaws of everyone watching Qingxue's certification test. Hell, even I was a little freaked out. Is that the Gale Sparrow's sand attack skill? Since when was it ever this overpowered? Someone in the audience gasped in pure shock. I can't believe a basic sand attack could be this destructive. Look at the size of that sandstorm. As long as it keeps flapping its wings, the damage is just going to keep stacking up. The rocks caught in the vortex slammed into the vines, like a barrage of bullets. And, as the storm spun faster and faster, the impact of the debris became completely devastating. They were hitting so hard, they were literally blasting the vines apart. The ancient vine demon tree let out an ear-piercing shriek, under the relentless bombardment of stone bullets. Its rock-hard bark actually started to crack open. I grinned to myself. This sand attack skill is way more powerful than I ever imagined. I can't believe it actually packs this kind of physical punch. The rocks caught in the sandstorm are like countless tiny blades, relentlessly tearing through the ancient vine demon tree's defenses. Deep gashes are spreading all over its trunk. And, of course, Su Qingxue isn't about to let an opportunity like this slip by. Seizing this exact moment is the absolute key to our victory. Right now, she doesn't have her natal flying sword. She doesn't even have a decent weapon on hand. So, she herself becomes the sharpest blade of all. Right now, she doesn't have her natal flying sword. She doesn't even have a decent weapon on hand. So, she herself becomes the sharpest blade of all. The moment I shatter the demon tree's defenses, Su Qingxue suddenly bursts forward in a flash of speed. In the blink of an eye, she dashes right up to the demon tree. All the sword aura around her body focuses perfectly onto her fingertips, and with one swift strike, she pierces right into the ancient tree's trunk. The sword aura erupts in an instant, treating the demon tree's proud defenses like absolute paper. The violent energy rampages wildly inside the tree. In just a matter of seconds, it completely slices the massive creature apart from the inside out. The ancient vine demon tree freezes dead in its tracks. Then, its entire body crumbles, crashing down onto the ground, with a massive, deafening thud. Right now, the entire testing hall is dead silent. Everyone watching the testing monitors is left completely speechless by what they just saw. Oh my god, that was an ancient vine demon tree. I can't believe they actually took down a level 10 monster. Meanwhile, having just stepped out of the special testing dimension, I look at the utterly stunned expression on the staff lady's face. Su Qingshui immediately realizes that she might be in huge trouble. She thought this was just going to be a normal test. She never expected to accidentally kill one of the guild's prized monsters. I am so sorry. Su Qingshui looks incredibly awkward and embarrassed, standing right there on her shoulder. I lower my head in guilt too. But surprisingly, the guild manager tells us not to worry at all. He says that defeating this beast just proves her incredible power, and that she doesn't need to take any responsibility for it. The guild even politely offered Su Qingshui completed her professional certification. Congratulations. As of today, you are officially a Tier 1 beast tamer. The manager handed Su Qingshui a card gleaming with golden light. Just as she was about to leave, Su Qingshui suddenly remembered something. She quickly turned back and asked the guild manager, "Could I possibly keep the remains of this ancient vine demon tree?" Su Qingshui pointed at the massive fallen tree on the ground, looking at the manager with hopeful eyes. The manager thought for a moment. A level 10 monster wouldn't form a crystal core anyway, so keeping it would be completely useless. He figured he might as well do her a favor, and gave the ancient vine demon tree's carcass to Su Qingshui. "Since you're the one who defeated it, the remains belong to you. They're of no use to us anyway." After returning home, Su Qingshui took out a chunk of the ancient vine demon tree's remains, and motioned for me to eat it. Gun. This is the carcass of a level 10 monster. It's an even higher level than you are. I'm not sure if you'll be able to digest it. I just opened my little beak, and swallowed the entire chunk of the demon tree in one gulp. Dang! Swallowed level 10 monster, ancient vine demon tree remains. Evolution points +5. After devouring every last piece of the demon tree, my evolution points reached 100. I wasn't in a rush to evolve this time. Instead, I decided to save up a bit more first. After all, my current Gale Sparrow form is pretty good. Su Qingshui realized that if the two of us wanted to get stronger quickly, we had to keep hunting down monsters. So, she planned to run some dungeon realms. That way, while getting stronger, we could also farm some valuable monster drops to help with living expenses. Right as Su Qingshui was lost in thought, a frantic phone ringtone interrupted her. The caller ID showed it was her mom. Emergency alert. Family accident. At that moment, Su's mother spoke frantically, her voice breaking with sobs. Emergency alert. Family accident. Qingshui. Something terrible happened to your dad, the doctor says. He might need surgery, but we're really tight on money right now. Don't worry, Qingshui. He'll figure something out. After Su Qingshui hung up the phone, she collapsed onto the sofa. Her eyes were filled with heartache and helplessness. Then, with a serious look on her face, she declared, Gun, let's go out for a bit. Let's see if we can find a way to make some money." So, she headed to the Beast Tamer Guild first, but because her level was too low, she was ruthlessly mocked by a lot of people. Just when she was feeling hopeless, a woman walked up to Su Qingshui, with a look of approval in her eyes. "Little sister, you've got some guts. Coming to the guild all by yourself to look for a party. My dad desperately needs money for a surgery." Su Qingshui said quietly. "Well, how about I take you on a dungeon run, then? I'm totally free right now anyway. So tagging along with you sounds good," the woman said with a smile. Since it was a two-person team, they could enter a secret realm dungeon based on their average level. I'm level 15 right now, and you're level 5. So we can enter a level 10 dungeon. It might be a bit tricky, but it shouldn't be too hard for you. After all, I saw what you did at the Beast Tamer certification yesterday. It's the perfect place for you to level up, too. After learning about Su Qingshui's situation, Liwei decided to help her make some money over the next few days. At that moment, the portal to the dungeon opened. Su Qingshui and I followed Liwei, and stepped into the level 10 dungeon. This dungeon is actually pretty tough, so be careful. I'll try not to interfere, so you can get some practice. Plus, if I don't attack, you'll get a lot more experience points, Liwei said gently, though a hint of expectation flashed in her eyes. Su Qingxue nodded. Her eyes were firm and confident. As for me, I perched on Su Qingxue's shoulder, my silver feathers shimmering in the light, eager and ready for the upcoming battle. The secret realm was completely desolate, with howling winds whipping the yellow sand all over the sky. In the distance, a few monsters were prowling around. Those are sand crawlers. Level 10 monsters. They are incredibly fast, so handle them with caution, Liwei said, pointing at the several darting figures out there in the yellow sand. Rolling sand. At Su Qingxue's command, I immediately spread my wings and soared high, flapping my silver wings frantically. I instantly whipped up a mini sandstorm, engulfing everything within several meters. Even as native creatures of the barren sand sea, the sand crawlers, clearly didn't expect to get hit by a sandstorm like this. One by one, they got trapped in the swirling dust. Not only was their vision completely blocked, but the flying grains of sand acted like tiny blades, constantly grinding away at their tough scales. Su Qingxue moved like lightning, gathering sword aura at her fingertips. She went straight for the sand crawler's vital spots. With just a single swipe of her finger, the first sand crawler hit the ground. Without a moment's hesitation, Su Qingxue spun around and struck again, taking out the second sand crawler with one hit. Meanwhile, I circled in the air, continuously casting my sand skill, to make sure all the monsters stayed fully under control. It blocked their line of sight, while also keeping Su Qingxue perfectly hidden. Standing in the distance, Liwei watched in absolute shock. She never expected that two level 5 rookies could take down level 10 monsters so effortlessly. Their teamwork is absolutely flawless. Her skill proficiency is way beyond kids her age. Just what is this little girl's background? Liwei marveled to herself. The moment the battle ended, I flew right down and started devouring the monster carcasses. I happily devoured my spoils of war, feeling like I was one step closer to evolution. A flicker of surprise flashed through Liuwei's eyes. To think this Gale Sparrow was actually eating monster carcasses. A normal pet beast would never do something like that. The battle raged on. Su Qingxue and I were getting more and more in sync. I took charge of crowd control, while Su Qingxue went in for the kill. We worked together flawlessly, completely unstoppable. Liuwei's shock only grew. They didn't look like a beastmaster and pet who had just formed a contract. Instead, they moved like veteran partners who had fought side by side for years. Let's take down another one. Su Qingxue pointed at a rock golem in the distance, her eyes blazing with the thrill of battle. I instantly soared high into the sky and unleashed my sand attack skill. A thick cloud of dust engulfed the rock golem. Although it didn't completely stop its movements, it severely blinded the monster. Seizing the moment, Su Qingxue unleashed a brilliant arc of sword aura. It shot straight for the golem's weak point. Her strike was absolutely devastating. Its core shattered, the rock golem crashed heavily to the ground. Just like that, Su Qingxue and I kept tearing our way through the secret realm. Su Qingxue's level had already shot up to level 7, and I had reached level 8. After taking down our 9th level 10 monster, I greedily devoured its remains. The system's chime finally rang out in my head. Without a second thought, I chose to evolve. That familiar, warm light washed over me once again. My body began to change. My wings stretched out, becoming sleeker and far more powerful. My feathers shifted from a glowing silver to a deep, striking blue, laced with brilliant golden patterns. I looked absolutely magnificent. Watching all this unfold, Liuwei's eyes were practically bulging out of her head. A pet beast can actually trigger its own evolution? As the blinding light faded away, I proudly showed off my brand new, fully evolved form. I could feel the explosive power surging through my veins, especially from my newly unlocked Phantom Strike skill, which let me create multiple perfect clones of myself in a split second. Right then, the system dropped another crucial notification. Detected that the host has completed 3 evolutions. The evolution branch system is now unlocked. For future evolutions, in addition to evolution points, specific catalyst items will also be required. Evolution Branch 1. Catalyst Item, Silver Sparrow Eye. Evolution Target. Evolution Branch 2. Catalyst Item, Core of the Earth. Evolution Target, Chong Ku. Evolution Branch 3. Catalyst Item, Ruo Shui Crystal. Evolution Target, Shen Yu. Evolution Branch 4. Catalyst item, Crimson Flame Stone. Evolution target, Qiling. Evolution branch 5. Catalyst item, Emerald Jade Node. Evolution target, Koru. Seeing these messages, I was absolutely thrilled. These are all mythical beasts from the classic of mountains and seas. Even though they aren't the mythical beasts at the very top of the food chain, I could already tell that this evolutionary branch hasn't been fully unlocked yet. We had pretty much finished exploring the secret realm. The two of us gathered a massive amount of monster materials and treasures. Even though we slaughtered a ton of them, I don't know if the system was just getting spoiled, but after consuming so many high-level monsters, the evolution points we got from low-level ones were just pitifully low. By the time we finally left the realm, my total evolution points had only barely scraped past 1,000 again. That was way too far from my target of 200,000. After returning to the city, we sold off all our loot, making a total of 120,000. As we agreed before, we were only taking 1/5, which came out to 24,000. Liwei said, "The rest of the money is all yours. That should be enough to cover your dad's medical bills, right?" Su Qingxue nodded gratefully. "Thank you so much, Sister Yue. This is definitely enough. Are we still on for tomorrow?" "Of course. I'll wait for you right here tomorrow," Liwei said with a warm smile. The two said their goodbyes and went their separate ways, but the very second she turned her back, Liwei pulled out her phone and dialed a number. Early the next morning, Su Qingxue arrived at the dungeon administration office. She expected to see Liwei waiting for her, but after looking all around, there was no sign of her. "That's weird. Why isn't Yue here yet?" Su Qingxue frowned and checked the time on her watch. I stood on her shoulder, looking around on high alert. Something just didn't feel right. Right at that moment, a pair of flashy-looking hunters slowly walked over to her. "Hey there, gorgeous. Are you all by yourself? Want to team up with us?" The lead guy looked her up and down, with a completely sleazy look in his eyes. "Sorry, I already have a team," Su Qingxue replied coldly, her tone making it crystal clear she wasn't interested. But the guy wouldn't take no for an answer, and a smug smirk spread across his face. "A pretty little thing like you shouldn't be out here all alone. It's way too dangerous. Why don't you tag along with us? We promise to double your loot." I said, "I don't need it." Su Qingxue's voice dropped to an icy chill, and her gaze turned sharp like a dagger. Seeing she wasn't going to budge, the guy finally backed off. He just gave her a very meaningful smirk, and waved his hand casually. "Suit yourself, sweetheart. See you around." With that, he turned and walked away with his partner. But for a split second, a sinister, icy grin flashed across his face. After waiting for nearly 2 hours, there was still no sign of Liwei. Su Qingxue wasn't going to waste any more time, deciding to run a low-level dungeon solo. Gun, since Sister Yue didn't show up, let's just hit up a low-level dungeon by ourselves. Besides, we're already pretty strong now, Su Qingxue whispered, gently stroking my feathers. I nodded, letting out a chirp of agreement. I wanted to level up as quickly as possible too, to get more evolution points. And just like that, Su Qingxue selected a level 7 dungeon and stepped inside alone. However, shortly after she entered the dungeon, that group of men who were hitting on her earlier quietly slipped in right behind her. A chilling, sinister gleam flickered in their eyes. Inside the low-level dungeon, Su Qingxue went on an absolute killing spree. She completely dropped the caution she usually had in higher-level zones, and instead opted to pull massive groups of monsters all at once. Then, she left it to me to completely wipe them out and clear the area with my sandstorm skill. Gun, sandstorm. At Su Qingxue's command, I flapped my wings and soared high into the air. In an instant, a miniature tornado violently swept across the dungeon. Countless monsters were sucked right into the center of the storm. Meanwhile, Su Qingxue formed sword seals with her fingers, darting effortlessly through the gale. Every single strike landed flawlessly on the monster's vital spots. In just a few short minutes, we completely cleared out a massive area. The back-to-back battles quickly pushed Su Qingxue up to level 8. She could feel the energy surging within her, far more abundant than before. She was finally ready to forge a sword embryo within her body, to use the sword embryo to nourish her blade. I can finally start cultivating the sword embryo. This will push my sword immortal class to a whole new level. Su Qingxue thought to herself, thrilled. However, to her absolute surprise, before she could even savor the rush of her newfound power, massive swarms of monsters began closing in on her from all directions. What the hell is going on? Why are all these monsters swarming together at once? Su Qingxue furrowed her brows tightly. This kind of mob behavior was incredibly rare in a low-level dungeon. With no other choice, she formed her fingers into a sword again and teamed up with me, fending off wave after relentless wave of monster attacks. Under the crushing siege, Su Qingxue was slowly being driven to total exhaustion, leaning against the rock, panting heavily. These monsters are way too weird. Why do they just keep coming without an end? Su Qingxue looked around on high alert. The uneasy feeling in her chest was growing stronger by the second. Just then, the sound of slow clapping echoed from a short distance away, shattering the dead silence of the dungeon. Not bad at all. You've got some real skills there, little beauty. A few familiar figures stepped out from the shadows. It was the exact same group of guys who hit on her at the guild office earlier. Looks like you're completely out of juice now, huh? The leader of the pack licked his lips, a sickeningly creepy smile spreading across his face, just as everyone thought Su Qingxue was about to be left completely at their mercy. I suddenly shot out, flapping my wings furiously, whipping up a terrifyingly massive storm. And right at that very moment, Su Qingxue, who looked totally exhausted just a second ago, suddenly exploded with mind-blowing speed, weaving through the group of men like a literal ghost. In the end, she just calmly flicked her wrist, shaking a few stray drops of blood off her fingertips. The thugs didn't even have the chance to scream, before they instantly dropped to the cold floor. Their eyes were wide open with utter disbelief. Su Qingxue had already lived through this in her past life. She had dealt with this kind of trash countless times before. She had long mastered the art of playing weak to bait her enemies. Have you enjoyed the show? After taking out the trash, Su Qingxue suddenly turned her head toward an empty corner. Aren't you going to come out? Sister Liwei. A familiar figure slowly stepped out from the shadows. It was none other than Liwei. She was wearing her usual, warm, friendly smile, but her eyes were gleaming with pure ice. What amazing moves, little sister. Such ruthless tactics. I am just so thrilled to see it. But it really is such a shame that my sweet little sister will have to rest in peace right here. Liuei's smile slowly twisted into something deeply sinister. Don't worry, big sister will take good care of your little bird for you. Her gaze fell on me, absolutely dripping with greed and wicked desire. Once a beast tamer dies, their tamed beast loses its master and falls into a weakened state. And just 1 hour later, that beast reverts back into a wild monster, completely free to be contracted all over again. That was exactly what that witch, Liwei, was plotting. Fury exploded in my chest. You want to murder my master and steal me? You'll have to go through me first. I fiercely flapped my wings and lunged straight at Liwei. Su Qingxue's face drained of color. Gun, no. Stop. Seeing her prey deliver itself right to her, Liwei smirked. Well, that was almost too easy. She threw her hand up, reaching out to snatch me mid-air. You're all mine now, you little brat. Su Qingxue gasped in horror, desperately trying to force out whatever sword energy she had left. But she found absolutely nothing inside. Panic gripped her heart. Oh, no. I was so focused on fighting with everything I had earlier. I never even thought about running completely out of energy. Now, her sword energy was totally drained. She couldn't even save Gun if she tried. Liwei sneered coldly. It looks like my sweet little sister can't use those sword skills she's so proud of anymore. Since that's the case, big sister will just have to send you to the afterlife. With that, she let out a sharp whistle. Instantly, a white fox dashed out from the nearby tall grass. Little White. Use tail whip on her. Following its master's command, the white fox swung its heavy tail, whipping it brutally towards Su Qingxue's chest. Su Qingxue was still trying to slowly recover her sword energy. She had absolutely no time to block the attack. Watching the lethal fox tail rushing toward her, she could only let out a bitter laugh. I got a second chance at life, only to die from a backstabbing bitch's cheap shot. But right at that heart-stopping moment, my sharp, desperate cry pierced the air. I flapped my wings with all my might. Out of nowhere, a violent whirlwind of sand and dust kicked up, completely engulfing the charging white fox. The swirling dust completely blinded the white fox. Seeing this, Su Qingxue's eyes lit up. Gun, you're amazing. Seizing the moment, Su Qingxue forced out every last drop of energy left in her body. She brought her fingers together like a blade. A faint gleam of sword aura gathered at her fingertips. The blade of light flashed, slashing right through the fox's tail. The tail was cleanly severed in an instant. The fox instantly lost all its will to fight. Rolling around in the dirt, howling in agony. Meanwhile, Liwei lunged to grab me, but caught nothing but air. Absolute shock was written all over her face. How is this possible? Hadn't she already caught that little bird? She stared down at her empty palm. There was nothing but a fading afterimage. That's when my smug little chirp echoed right beside her. How do you like that? Your granddaddy here learns fast. The phantom illusion really is the perfect bait. In that brief second, she was distracted. Su Qingxue had already readied her second sword aura. The blue blade of light aimed dead center at Liwei's forehead. In a total panic, a desperate look flashed in Liwei's eyes. She gritted her teeth and whipped out a yellow talisman from her coat. The paper burst into flames out of thin air. At this point, she couldn't care less about hiding her true class. Liwei gloated internally. Even though this is just a level 1 freezing talisman, and its power is pretty limited, as long as it can lock this little brat in place, even for just a split second, that's all I need to turn this around and win. That little bird is going to be mine. But there was no way I'd give her that chance. Just as the spell activated, I threw myself right in front of Su Qingxue. Rift Strike. My glowing green blade clashed violently with her yellow talisman. Since I evolved, the range of my Rift Strike had doubled, and it hit way harder than before. Still, I felt a weird surge of energy instantly lock up my body. Liwei turned pale with absolute terror. What is the deal with this pet? It actually protects its master on its own. Su Qingxue didn't even give it a command. The lingering energy of the Void Slash was still raging. It clashed and merged perfectly with Su Qingxue's blue sword aura, slamming dead center into Liwei. Liwei let out a blood-curdling scream. She flew backwards, crashing to the ground and coughing up blood. Her aura instantly withered away. She completely lost the ability to fight back. Su Qingxue looked down at me, standing bravely in front of her. A wave of warmth washed over her heart. Gun really is my lucky charm. She hurried over, and gently peeled the freezing talisman off my body. The moment the talisman came off, I could move again. The two of us walked right up to Liwei. Su Qingxue's eyes were absolutely ice cold. With another flash of her sword aura, a fierce beam of light pierced right through the white fox. The fox twitched a few times, and then went completely limp. Pure despair flashed in Liwei's eyes. But Su Qingxue didn't even give her a chance to speak. With another brutal slash, she cut right across Liwei's neck. Liwei collapsed into a pool of blood. Suddenly, a warm golden light showered down from the sky, wrapping completely around Su Qingxue. Finally, level 10. Feeling the surge of even greater power within her, Su Qingxue was both shocked and thrilled. I couldn't help but think to myself, she truly lives up to her name as the reincarnated boss. So ruthless and decisive. It's downright terrifying. But hey, it's dinner time. I let out a couple of happy chirps, and flew over to the bodies to chow down. Man, taking out both of these guys only gave me 130 evolution points. I still need 200,000 points for my next evolution. This little snack is just a drop in the bucket. When am I ever gonna evolve again? After we finally made it out of the dungeon management center, Su Qingxue brought me to a massive supermarket to grab some grub. Gun, let me see if I can find some better pet food for you. I'll buy 8 or 10 bags of it. I glanced over at the sample area, and grabbed a couple of bites. Only 1 evolution point? What a joke. That's not even enough to fill the gaps in my teeth. Staring at those measly evolution points, I instantly lost interest. But suddenly, the shop owner grabbed me. Whose wind-piercing sparrow is this? We have rules for free samples in this store. You can't just gobble up everything we have. Pay up. If you don't pay for that, I'm calling the enforcement squad. Su Qingxue hurriedly apologized. Oh, I am so sorry. My gun just has a really big appetite. How much do I owe you? The shop owner's eyes fell on Su Qingxue, looking her up and down. According to the rules, you owe me 400,000. This fat slob was clearly shaking her down. Hearing that, Su Qingxue looked completely helpless. Just then, a tall, slender young man stepped out from the crowd. He was wearing a simple hunting outfit, standing tall and straight. The guy stepped right in front of Su Qingxue, confronting the owner. Hey, Zhu, I get that you appreciate a pretty face, man, but giving this lovely lady a hard time is just plain wrong. I watched from the sidelines. Ever since this tall, skinny dude showed up, our mighty reincarnator has been blushing like a schoolgirl. Beside me, Su Qingxue's heart was racing, her eyes literally sparkling. The Blade God. Xiao Chenfeng. It's really him. In my past life, we fought shoulder to shoulder against a level 80 monster. He becomes one of the absolute strongest fighters later on. I can't believe I get to meet him this early in this life. He's exactly like before. Always standing up for the underdog. I watched as Xiao Chen-feng casually pulled out an ancient blade. You want 400,000, right? I'll cover the ladies tab. Zhu Bei hesitated for a second. He nodded. Alright, I'll give you some face this time, kid. You've got exactly 3 days. Bring me 400,000 within 3 days. Otherwise, this blade officially belongs to me. He hurried after her, closing the distance in a few quick strides, catching up to Su Qingshui just as she was about to leave. Please wait a moment, miss. Could we team up and run a dungeon together? I need to scrape together that 400,000 as fast as possible. Su Qingshui looked Xiao Chen-feng up and down. Alarm bells were ringing loudly in her head. She had already been completely screwed over by Liwei and almost died. Could the guy standing in front of her actually be trusted? But then again, he was the future blade god, Xiao Chen-feng. She was completely torn. Subconsciously, she looked down at me, nestled in her arms. Gun. Should we team up with this guy? This guy named Xiao Chen-feng had a seriously shifty look in his eyes. It was obvious he was up to no good. But running dungeons and farming monsters is the absolute fastest way to rack up evolution points. For the sake of my evolution, I'm going all in. High risk always comes with high reward. I poked my little head out, and gave Su Qingshui's shoulder 2 gentle pecks. Well, since Gun doesn't seem to mind, I guess I'll trust him just this once. Su Qingshui lifted her head and looked straight at Xiao Chen-feng. Alright. A faint, almost imperceptible golden gleam flashed deep within Xiao Chen-feng's eyes. Perfect. As long as I can get close to them, the rest will be an absolute piece of cake. That's fantastic news. I'm level 15. You're level 10, Miss Su. And with this little bird tagging along, clearing a level 10 dungeon together should be an absolute breeze. It's just a damn shame I had to pawn my blade. Otherwise, I could have easily carried you both and slaughtered our way through the entire dungeon. Wow, what a shameless braggart. Right now, this so-called Xiao Chen-feng is probably completely useless in a real fight. Still, this really is a golden opportunity to get into a level 10 dungeon. I was ambushed by that snake, Liwei, before, so I still haven't gotten the first clear reward for the level 10 dungeon. I might as well take this opportunity to level up some more. A bright smile bloomed on Su Qingshui's face, carrying a hint of slyness. No worries. We'll just carry you through the dungeon then, handsome. By the way, we still don't know your name. Xiao Chen-feng met Su Qingshui's gaze. He reached up and gently brushed a stray lock of hair behind his ear, flashing what he thought was a totally charming smile. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I am Xiao Chen-feng, the man destined to become the Blade God. Su Qingshui gave a polite, token bow with her hands clasped. Ah, so it's Mr. Xiao. I've heard so much about you. I'm Su Qingshui, a beast tamer. Xiao Chen-feng's brow twitched in an almost imperceptible frown. Asterisk, this chick is definitely hiding her sword immortal class on purpose. Asterisk, he thought. Asterisk. But that's fine. Asterisk. Asterisk, yours truly has plenty of time and tricks up his sleeve. Asterisk. Asterisk, to make you hand over that sword immortal crest like a good little girl. Asterisk. Asterisk. As for this puny little Gale Sparrow. Asterisk. Asterisk, what else can it even do besides eat? Asterisk. Asterisk. It's nothing to worry about. Asterisk. I sharply caught the weird glint that flashed in Xiao Chen-feng's eyes, and instantly put my guard up. Asterisk, there's definitely something sketchy about this guy. Asterisk. Afterward, the two of them walked side by side to the dungeon administration office. After registering their information, Su Qingshui took the lead and stepped into the level 10, glowing portal for the Sanxi Ruins dungeon. Su Qingshui looked like a total pro at this. She was practically walking all over the level 10 dungeon, like she owned the place. Whenever she ran into stray sand demons, she wouldn't even let them get close. She'd just insta-kill them with a perfectly aimed wave of her sword aura. I happily tagged along right behind her, fulfilling my duties as the official loot sweeper. Listening to the system notifications constantly pinging in my head, I was bubbling over with absolute joy. Just 3 words. Man, getting carried feels amazing. Xiao Chen-feng, who seemed to be leisurely tagging along at the back, suddenly had a dark shift in his expression. He finally understood why Su Qingshui treasured this seemingly ordinary wind sparrow so much. It could actually devour monster corpses directly to absorb their energy. seeing how happily the little thing was eating. Who knows? If it eats enough, it might undergo an even more terrifying evolution. An ability like this is completely unheard of. No way. Such a rare beast companion absolutely cannot be wasted on this naive chick. It has to be mine. He discreetly scanned their surroundings, his mind racing with calculations. According to the map, once we cross this quicksand zone, the Sand Scorpion Queen's lair should be right up ahead. The terrain there is complex, and visibility is terrible. Perfect. It's time. Let's put on a little show for our sweet, innocent Miss Sue. With that thought, Xiao Chenfeng suddenly let out a blood-curdling scream. Ah! There's a monster over here. Miss Sue, help me! Hearing his cry for help, Su Qingxue frowned in confusion. Wait, hasn't the Blade God been right behind us this whole time? With me and Chubby clearing the way up front. How on earth did a monster slip past and attack him? Su Qingxue instinctively spun around. A brilliant blue burst of sword aura instantly sliced through the dunes, striking right where Xiao Chenfeng was screaming from. Xiao Chenfeng's face instantly twisted into an exaggerated look of gratitude. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miss Sue. As he spoke, he smoothly closed the distance between them without her noticing. In his hand, he secretly clutched a few tiny formation flags. You didn't see this coming, did you, little chick? My secondary class is actually a formation master. In just a second, you'll be completely at my mercy. But right at that moment, the ground beneath their feet began to shake violently. Su Qingshue's expression hardened. Watch out, the boss is here. And sure enough, a massive brown scorpion suddenly burst right out of the quicksand beneath their feet, raising its terrifying, ferocious pincers. Sand Scorpion Queen. Level 10. Skills. Quicksand Great Burial, Venomous Stinger, and Soul-Piercing Shriek. Xiao Chenfeng was suddenly swept off his feet by the rushing quicksand that surged in. He frantically scrambled to hide behind Su Qingxue like a complete coward. Su Qingxue didn't have time to overthink it, immediately shouting her order. Whip up a billowing sandstorm. I heard her command and flapped my wings. But I didn't kick up the sandstorm right away. This entire terrain is quicksand. There's loose, soft sand absolutely everywhere. If I rashly used a sand attack here, it might trigger an even bigger quicksand collapse, and completely backfire on us. Especially since that Sand Scorpion Queen has a skill literally called Quicksand Great Burial. I just felt like something was seriously off. Xiao Chenfeng's cry for help just now. It felt way too deliberate. I'm so sorry, my reincarnator master, but I have to trust my own judgment on this. With that thought in mind, my body suddenly flashed, transforming into a phantom afterimage. Seeing such a tiny bird actually dare to attack her head-on, the Sand Scorpion Queen violently whipped her massive tail stinger, tearing right through the air. But it's a real pity that her deadly strike only managed to pierce my fading afterimage. Missing her target, the Sand Scorpion Queen seemed a bit wary. Her massive body twisted around a few times, and she burrowed right back into the quicksand, completely vanishing from sight. But I didn't dare drop my guard for a single second. I just kept hovering high up in the air, my sharp eyes locked onto the sandy ground below. From up here, I could see it perfectly clearly, just a short distance right behind Su Qingxue. That seemingly calm patch of quicksand was actually shifting. Oh no, my reincarnator master is in danger. Without a single second of hesitation, I aimed right at that moving patch of quicksand and unleashed my sky-splitting slash. Two sharp, cyan blades of wind instantly sliced straight into the sand dune, and a shrill, agonizing shriek violently erupted from underneath the sand. Su Qingxue finally snapped to her senses. The Sand Scorpion Queen had silently crept up right behind her. Thank goodness Gun spotted it in time. A fierce glint flashed in Su Qingxue's eyes. She stopped hiding her aura. The sword energy within her surged out wildly. A brilliant blue light gathered at her fingertips. You filthy beast! How dare you try to ambush me?